Ever wondered how one of history's greatest emperors found clarity and purpose in his turbulent life? In Book 1 of Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, we dive into his reflections on the people who shaped his character. With profound gratitude, Aurelius acknowledges the virtues and lessons imparted by his family, mentors, and even adversaries. This opening sets the stage for his exploration of Stoic philosophy, blending personal introspection with timeless wisdom. 1. From the example set by my esteemed grandfather Verus, I have absorbed profound lessons in the art of gentleness and meekness. His demeanor taught me the importance of maintaining calm and avoiding the tumult of anger and uncontrolled passion. His memory, esteemed and revered, has instilled in me a sense of modesty and proper conduct. His life serves as a model of how one should carry oneself with grace and self-control. From my mother, I have learned the principles of devoutness and generosity. She demonstrated how to live a life of piety and benevolence, guiding me to refrain from not only engaging in wrongful deeds, but also from harboring malicious intentions. Her example showed me the value of contentment with a modest diet and the importance of avoiding the excesses that often accompany great affluence. My great-grandfather imparted upon me the importance of seeking knowledge and education. He encouraged me to frequent public forums and educational institutions and to invest in securing competent and wise teachers for my personal growth. He also impressed upon me that the pursuit of learning, even at a significant cost, is a worthy investment and should not be regarded with reluctance or hesitation. 2. From the guidance and example of the one who raised me, I have learned the invaluable lesson of not becoming unduly attached to the two principal factions of the chariot races, namely the Prasini and the Veneti. It is not fitting for one who seeks wisdom and tranquility to be swept away by the passions that these spectacles often evoke. Similarly, I have been taught to refrain from showing partiality towards any of the gladiators or combatants in the amphitheater, such as the Parmularii or the Secutores. To do so would be to succumb to the whims of popular enthusiasm and to ignore the more pressing concerns of our own character and purpose. Moreover, I have learned the virtue of enduring labor with patience and fortitude, without allowing myself to become dependent on numerous conveniences or luxuries. When engaged in any task, it is far better to undertake it personally, rather than delegating it to others, for in this personal engagement, one cultivates responsibility and integrity. In my dealings, I strive to avoid meddling in too many affairs, for such involvement often leads to distraction and fragmentation of one's focus. It is equally important to remain vigilant against the slander of others, refusing to be swayed by their malicious gossip or unwarranted criticism. The wisdom imparted to me has shown that true strength lies in the ability to manage one's affairs with discretion and calm, without being overly influenced by the whims of public opinion or the allure of superficial entertainments. It is through this disciplined approach to life's challenges that one develops a resilient character, capable of maintaining equanimity in the face of adversity. Thus, I commit myself to this path of self-discipline and moderation, ensuring that my actions and responses remain in harmony with the virtues of wisdom and Stoic tranquility. For in such adherence to these principles, one finds the true essence of a well-lived life. 3. Of Diognetus, I have learned to focus my attention on matters of true importance and to avoid being distracted by frivolous pursuits and empty spectacles. His teachings impressed upon me the virtue of not being swayed by the numerous claims of those who profess to perform miraculous feats, such as those who boast of their ability to wield charms or drive out evil spirits through magical means. I have come to understand that such wonders are not only illusory, but also serve as a means to divert us from the pursuit of genuine wisdom and philosophical growth. It is essential to remember that true power lies not in the superficial manipulations of the world, but in the mastery of oneself and one's reason. Furthermore, I have learned to disregard the allure of trivial games, such as the keeping of quails for sport, which only serve to distract from a more meaningful life. In the same vein, I have been guided to maintain equanimity in the face of others' expressions of freedom and their various opinions. It is crucial to remain steadfast in one's own philosophical practice, and not be disturbed by the liberties that others take in their speech. I owe much to Diognetus for guiding me to appreciate the value of true philosophy. His influence has led me to cherish the teachings of notable philosophers, such as Bacchius, Tandasis, and Marcianus, who have contributed to my understanding. I recall with gratitude the time spent writing dialogues in my youth, which helped to refine my thoughts and expression. His example has shown me the worth of simple and humble philosophical practices, symbolized by the philosopher's small, unadorned couch and attire, which reflect the core values of the Grecian discipline that prioritize the pursuit of wisdom over material grandeur. In embracing these lessons, I have learned to direct my efforts towards personal growth and philosophical inquiry, rather than being distracted by the fleeting and superficial aspects of life. Diognetus's teachings have reinforced the importance of remaining dedicated to philosophy, striving for intellectual and moral improvement, and leading a life that aligns with our highest ideals and reason. 4. To Rusticus, I am profoundly grateful for the wisdom he imparted to me, which was instrumental in the profound transformation of my life. His influence guided me to recognize that my existence required significant improvement and reformation. He was crucial in steering me away from the vanity and superficial ambitions that often plague those who seek recognition through public oratory and written works. Rather than aspiring to be a sophist who composes treatises on popular doctrines or delivers grandiloquent speeches to exhort others toward virtue, Rusticus taught me the value of humility and the pursuit of true philosophical understanding without the need for public display. Furthermore, Rusticus helped me to abandon the pursuit of rhetorical flourishes and poetic elegance that might have enticed me. He encouraged me to forego ostentatious displays and to resist the temptation to showcase my abilities through physical feats or elaborate performances. This lesson extended to my manner of living. I refrained from dressing in an extravagant manner, such as walking about the house in a long robe, and instead embraced a more modest and practical way of life. One of the most significant teachings from Rusticus was the importance of writing with sincerity and simplicity, devoid of affectation or unnecessary embellishment. I recall the straightforward and heartfelt letters he penned to my mother from Sinuessa, which served as a model for my own writing. Additionally, Rusticus impressed upon me the value of being open and willing to reconcile with those who may have wronged me, as soon as they express a desire for reconciliation. In my studies, Rusticus encouraged a diligent and thorough approach, urging me not to be content with superficial knowledge or to accept commonly held opinions without critical examination. His guidance led me to the esteemed writings of Epictetus, particularly his Hypomnemata, or moral commentaries, which have since been a source of profound insight and reflection for me. It was through Rusticus that I first encountered these invaluable works, furthering my philosophical journey and deepening my understanding of Stoic principles. 5. From Apollonius, I have gleaned invaluable lessons on the essence of true liberty and the unwavering steadiness of character. Apollonius embodied a profound commitment to reason and virtue, teaching me to disregard trivial matters and to focus solely on what is right and rational. His example showed me how to remain steadfast in the face of severe trials, such as intense pain, the loss of loved ones, or prolonged illnesses, and yet to maintain an unaltered demeanor and composure. He was a living testament to the possibility of embodying both strength and gentleness, demonstrating that one could be both vigorous and tranquil, undisturbed by the limitations of students or audiences during his teachings. Apollonius's demeanor was characterized by a remarkable lack of irritation or displeasure, no matter how inadequate the response of his listeners might be. This consistency in character made him an exemplary model of Stoic philosophy and practice. Furthermore, Apollonius taught me how to receive favors and kindnesses from friends with grace and without becoming indebted to them, thus preserving my own dignity while acknowledging their generosity. His approach was to balance gratitude with autonomy, ensuring that I remained neither overly compliant nor ungrateful. Apollonius's influence extended to my intellectual development, particularly in how I engaged with philosophical learning. He inspired me to appreciate the depth and significance of philosophical principles, and to view them not merely as academic exercises, but as practical guides for living a virtuous life. His ability to teach and persuade others in the Stoic tradition was a model for me, demonstrating how one can excel in imparting wisdom while remaining humble and focused on the common good. His teachings have profoundly shaped my understanding of true liberty, steadfastness, and the proper reception of benevolence from others. 6. From Sextus, I have drawn profound insights into the nature of mildness and the art of governing one's household with genuine paternal affection. Sextus demonstrated how to live in accordance with nature by embodying a dignified gravitas that was free from any pretense. His life was a lesson in observing and respecting the diverse dispositions of others, and in remaining unperturbed by the foolishness or erroneous beliefs of the common people. His interactions were marked by a remarkable ability to adapt to different individuals and situations, showing how one might harmonize with others while maintaining a revered and respected demeanor. Despite the sweetness and charm of his companionship, Sextus commanded the highest respect and reverence without resorting to flattery or insincerity. Sextus exemplified a rare and admirable balance between maintaining the Stoic ideal of apathy or emotional detachment, while being genuinely compassionate and tender-hearted. His life was a testament to how one can be both emotionally resilient and deeply caring, displaying a perfect blend of firmness and kindness. Moreover, Sextus was renowned for his thoroughness in determining and implementing all necessary decisions and instructions for living a virtuous life. His manner was always composed and his actions were executed with methodical precision, reflecting his profound wisdom and self-control. Sextus's legacy teaches us to cultivate a life of integrity and reasoned behavior, combining the strength of Stoic discipline with the grace of heartfelt humanity. 7. From Alexander the Grammarian, I have derived the principle of maintaining personal integrity while also understanding the importance of gentle correction. Alexander taught me to focus on improving myself rather than reproaching others for their linguistic imperfections. His approach was one of subtlety and indirect guidance, avoiding harsh criticisms or public shaming. Instead of highlighting a person's errors directly, he employed more tactful methods to offer correction, ensuring that his feedback was constructive and considerate. Alexander's example showed me that true wisdom lies in the ability to address faults with grace and respect. Rather than confronting others with reprimands for their errors in speech or writing, he adeptly navigated these situations with indirect yet effective instruction. This method not only preserved the dignity of those he interacted with, but also fostered a learning environment where individuals could grow without feeling diminished or criticized. By practicing this gentle and indirect approach to correction, Alexander demonstrated how one can lead by example, fostering improvement and learning through subtlety rather than force. His lesson extends beyond the realm of grammar and speaks to the broader virtues of humility, patience, and the art of nurturing others through thoughtful guidance. In this way, Alexander's teachings remind us of the power of quiet wisdom and the importance of addressing faults in a manner that respects the dignity of others while promoting their growth. 8. From Fronto, I have gained profound insight into the inherent vulnerabilities and deceptions that plague the life of a tyrant. Fronto illuminated for me the manifold sources of envy, deceit, and duplicity that are the inevitable companions of tyranny. His reflections on the state of a despot have taught me that the very nature of tyrannical power breeds suspicion and treachery. The tyrant's elevated position often attracts a constant barrage of flattery and intrigue, rendering him perpetually surrounded by falsehoods and subterfuge. Fronto's wisdom has also revealed to me the inherent deficiencies of the so-called nobility, the eupatridas, who, despite their esteemed lineage, often lack genuine compassion and natural affection. Their status, rather than being a testament to virtue, can sometimes render them more prone to coldness and insensitivity. In learning from Fronto, I have come to appreciate the value of integrity and the dangers of power's corrupting influence. His insights encourage me to remain vigilant against the allure of authority and to be wary of the empty prestige that comes with high office. Instead, I am reminded to focus on genuine virtue and to eschew the superficial trappings of social status, understanding that true nobility lies in the depth of character and the authenticity of one's actions, not in the mere appearance of greatness. Fronto's lessons guide me to live with sincerity and to approach leadership with a mindful awareness of its inherent challenges and moral perils. 9. From Alexander the Platonic, I have learned the virtue of conscientiousness in our interactions with others, particularly the importance of not dismissing or neglecting the duties we owe to our friends and acquaintances. Alexander's wisdom has imparted to me the significance of not using the pretext of pressing matters as an excuse to postpone or avoid the responsibilities and obligations we have towards those in our circle. His example teaches that one should not frequently, nor without substantial cause, resort to the excuse of being too preoccupied or too engrossed in one's own concerns to attend to the needs of others. In our relationships, we are called to maintain a sense of duty and commitment, ensuring that we honor our promises and maintain our engagements. To merely defer or delay fulfilling our obligations under the guise of urgent affairs is to neglect the essence of our bonds with others and to undermine the trust placed in us. Alexander's counsel reminds me to approach every interaction with a spirit of responsibility and consideration, making a conscious effort to be present and engaged, rather than using external demands as a shield against our social and moral duties. By adhering to this principle, we cultivate a life of integrity and respect, ensuring that our conduct reflects our commitment to others and our adherence to the Stoic virtues of duty and honesty. 10. From Catullus, I have gleaned the profound lesson of not dismissing or devaluing the sincere expostulations and counsel offered by friends, even when such feedback might initially seem unjust or unfounded. Catullus demonstrated the importance of addressing and reconciling with friends who voice their concerns or criticisms, rather than disregarding their perspectives or allowing personal grievances to overshadow the value of their input. He taught me to approach every instance of critique with a mindset of humility and openness, striving not to respond with irritation or disdain, but rather to engage with the intention of restoring harmony and understanding. In doing so, one fosters a relationship built on mutual respect and growth, allowing for constructive dialogue and the strengthening of bonds. Furthermore, Catullus's example underscores the necessity of speaking well of our mentors and those who have imparted wisdom to us, regardless of the circumstances. This principle, akin to the conduct of Domitius and Athenodotus, calls us to uphold an attitude of gratitude and respect, publicly acknowledging the positive influence of our teachers and guides. In our relationships with our children and those under our care, Catullus's influence reminds me to nurture and love with genuine affection, fostering an environment where true care and emotional connection prevail. By embodying these principles, we cultivate a life of integrity, compassion, and steadfast respect for the contributions and roles of those around us. 11. From my brother Severus, I have absorbed the profound teachings on kindness and love towards all members of my household and family. He exemplified how to genuinely care for those closest to us, nurturing a spirit of affection and benevolence that extends to all familial relationships. His approach taught me to cherish and support those around me with unwavering devotion, recognizing the intrinsic value of familial bonds. Severus introduced me to the esteemed figures of Thrasea, Helvidius, Cato, Dio, and Brutus, individuals who exemplified unwavering commitment to justice and moral integrity. Through their examples, I learned the importance of aspiring towards a society governed by equity and fairness, where justice prevails above all else. He was also instrumental in inspiring within me a desire for a commonwealth characterized by equal governance and just rule, a vision where the well-being of the people is the foremost concern. This ideal reflects a dedication to creating a society where the common good is paramount and every action aligns with the principles of justice and equality. From Severus, I have learned to maintain a consistent and uninterrupted focus on the study and appreciation of philosophy. His guidance emphasized the value of generosity and liberality, teaching me to embody these virtues in their fullest measure. Moreover, he instilled in me a hopeful and confident outlook, reassuring me of the genuine love and affection of my friends. Severus's manner was marked by transparency and openness in his dealings with others. His approach allowed friends to understand his true intentions and values clearly, fostering an environment of trust and sincerity. By embodying these principles, I am guided towards a life of integrity, steadfast dedication to philosophy, and genuine compassion towards those I hold dear. 12. From Claudius Maximus, I have learned the art of self-mastery and personal discipline. His life was a testament to maintaining control over oneself in all circumstances, exemplifying the Stoic ideal of inner strength. Maximus taught me to face sudden changes and unforeseen events with a calm demeanor, whether they be adversities or challenges, with an unwavering courage and resilience. He displayed an exemplary moderation in his demeanor, never allowing himself to be swayed by excessive emotions or external pressures. His behavior was characterized by a steady and unperturbed attitude, ensuring that his actions were always deliberate and thoughtful. Maximus demonstrated how to be cheerful and composed, yet never superficial or pretentious in one's interactions with others. Maximus's life illustrated a profound sincerity in all his undertakings. His words and deeds were in perfect alignment, reflecting a deep commitment to acting with good intent. He was never taken aback by the unexpected, nor did he exhibit haste. Rather, he managed his affairs with a measured pace, ensuring that neither his actions nor his reactions were marred by impulsiveness or inconsistency. Furthermore, he imparted to me the importance of gravitas and moderation in all aspects of life. He exemplified how to approach one's responsibilities with thoroughness and dedication, free from querulousness or complaints. His demeanor was such that his integrity and authenticity were always apparent, ensuring that his reputation was built upon the foundation of truthfulness and reliability. Maximus's example serves as a guide for living a life of virtuous consistency, where one maintains an even keel amidst life's vicissitudes, adhering to principles of goodness and propriety in every action and interaction. His life reminds me to uphold these values, integrating them into my daily conduct with a sincere and steadfast heart. 13. From my father, I learned the importance of keeping the soul and mind aligned with virtue, emphasizing the value of living a life of moral integrity and dedicated service to the common good. He demonstrated through his own life how to embody a steadfast commitment to justice and honor, showing me that true nobility lies in the consistent practice of these virtues. He was a paragon of temperance and self-discipline, maintaining his composure and self-control even amidst the most challenging and turbulent circumstances. His approach to life was characterized by a deliberate and measured response to every situation, eschewing impulsive reactions, and instead opting for thoughtful consideration and reasoned judgment. His exemplary conduct was not only reflected in his professional duties, but also in his personal interactions. He exhibited a profound sense of responsibility and respect towards others, never allowing his position or authority to cloud his sense of fairness and empathy. His interactions were marked by a genuine kindness and a deep understanding of the human condition, demonstrating how one can uphold their principles while engaging with the world. Furthermore, my father's life was a testament to the significance of resilience and perseverance. He faced adversities with a fortitude that inspired those around him, showing that even in the face of personal and public trials, one should remain unwavering in their commitment to ethical conduct and the pursuit of excellence. His life was a continuous lesson in how to meet challenges with grace and steadfastness, adhering to the Stoic belief in the power of inner strength and virtue. In reflecting on his life, I am reminded of the enduring value of living with integrity and purpose, drawing upon his example to guide my own actions and decisions. His legacy is a constant source of inspiration, urging me to remain true to my principles and to strive towards the highest ideals of character and conduct. 14. From the divine powers and the benevolent forces that govern the cosmos, I have received an abundance of blessings and gifts that have profoundly shaped the course of my life. I am deeply grateful for the esteemed lineage into which I was born, grandfathers and parents whose virtues and exemplary conduct have provided a solid foundation upon which I have built my own character. These ancestors have imparted to me not just the advantages of noble birth, but the principles of gentleness, wisdom, and a commitment to the greater good. The gods have further blessed me with a sister who has brought light and harmony into my life, exemplifying the values of love and integrity. My teachers and mentors were of high moral and intellectual stature, guiding me with their wisdom and unwavering dedication to truth and virtue. Their influence has been crucial in shaping my understanding and practice of philosophy. I also acknowledge with profound gratitude the divine protection that has shielded me from falling into the errors and excesses that could have marred my character. My own inclinations, which might have led me toward arrogance or impulsive actions, have been tempered by a higher power, preventing me from transgressing against my better nature and avoiding the pitfalls of vanity and rashness. The timing of my development has been impeccable, for I was not hurried into the responsibilities of manhood before I was ready. Instead, I was allowed to mature at a natural pace, preserving the purity and integrity of my youth. This divine arrangement has granted me the wisdom to approach life with a measured and thoughtful demeanor, avoiding the premature adoption of roles or responsibilities that might have compromised my growth. Under the guidance of my revered father, I have learned to eschew the superficial trappings of power and the pomp associated with leadership. The gods have shown me that true authority does not reside in ostentatious displays or a grand entourage, but in the ability to lead with sincerity, simplicity, and a focus on the essential duties of governance. This understanding has enabled me to fulfill my role with dignity and purpose, unburdened by the extraneous accoutrements of state and grandeur. I am also profoundly grateful for the companionship of my brother, whose presence has been a constant source of inspiration and affection. His example has encouraged me to reflect on my own character and to find joy in our shared bond. The gods have also blessed me with children who are free from physical deformities, allowing them to enjoy a life unburdened by such hardships. In my intellectual pursuits, I have been spared from becoming ensnared by the superficial allure of rhetoric and poetic embellishments. Instead, I have been guided toward a deeper, more meaningful engagement with philosophy and the practical applications of wisdom. This focus has allowed me to honor those who raised me by providing them with opportunities and recognition they rightfully deserve, rather than postponing such matters for future consideration. The divine providence has gifted me with the companionship of wise and virtuous individuals such as Apollonius, Rusticus, and Maximus. Their examples have provided me with invaluable insights into living a life in harmony with nature and reason. Their guidance has been instrumental in shaping my understanding of existence and the pursuit of virtue. The gods have also intervened in moments of personal challenge, offering relief and healing during times of physical ailments or emotional trials. The answers and remedies that have come to me through dreams and moments of introspection have aligned with divine guidance, reinforcing my faith in their benevolence and wisdom. In every aspect of my life, from the blessings of family and health to the guidance of wise mentors and the avoidance of folly, I recognize the hand of divine providence. These gifts and interventions have profoundly shaped my journey, allowing me to live a life of virtue and purpose in accordance with the natural order and the principles of Stoic philosophy. The divine influence has been a constant source of support and inspiration, guiding me toward a life of fulfillment and wisdom. 15. As I find myself in the land of the Quadi, immersed in the early morning's quietude, it is fitting to remind myself of the challenges that await me today. Each day, I will encounter individuals who may embody qualities that test my resolve and patience. Those who are idle and curious, ungrateful and resentful, malicious and deceitful, or envious and unsociable. These behaviors, though displeasing, are rooted in ignorance of the true nature of goodness, and the fundamental essence of what is truly shameful. It is essential for me to understand that the ill qualities displayed by others arise from a lack of comprehension about what is genuinely valuable and beneficial. For those who act with these negative traits are not merely acting out of malice, but are instead misguided by a deficient understanding of virtue and moral good. They are akin to individuals who have yet to grasp the essence of wisdom, and their actions reflect their ignorance rather than a personal affront to me. In recognizing this, I must remind myself of the nature of our shared humanity. We are all part of a greater whole, interconnected through the divine reason that governs the universe. Just as the feet, hands, and eyelids work together harmoniously despite their different functions, so too should I view my interactions with others as part of a larger, cooperative system. This perspective fosters a sense of unity rather than division, and helps me approach each person with empathy rather than animosity. No one has the power to inflict upon me a true reproach or tarnish my inner virtue, for such matters are within my own control. It is not within the capacity of others to make me feel dishonorable unless I permit it. My response to their behavior should be guided by understanding and compassion, recognizing that their shortcomings are not an invitation for my own resentment or conflict. By maintaining this philosophical stance, I cultivate an attitude of equanimity and inner peace. I should not be stirred to anger or discontent by the failings of others, as such reactions only serve to disrupt my own tranquility. Instead, I should strive to remain steady and composed, treating each encounter as an opportunity to practice virtue and reinforce my commitment to living in accordance with reason. Let this reflection serve as a daily guide, reminding me to confront each challenge with a steadfast heart and a rational mind. In doing so, I uphold the principles of Stoic philosophy and contribute positively to the harmonious order of the world, transcending the petty conflicts and misunderstandings that might otherwise arise. 16. In contemplating the essence of my existence, I must draw my attention to three fundamental aspects: the physical body, the breath of life, and the rational soul, which governs my being. Let me first turn my thoughts to the body, this intricate assembly of flesh and bone. Consider it not as something magnificent or enduring, but as a mere composite of organic materials, blood, sinews, bones, and skin, meticulously woven together. This physical vessel, while vital, is transient and will eventually return to the earth. It is but a temporary and fragile construct, no more significant than a simple, interconnected structure of nature's design. Next, reflect upon life itself, which is akin to a fleeting breath, a series of inhalations and exhalations, ever-changing and impermanent. Life is not a single unbroken stream, but a series of moments, each passing and renewing in a constant flux. To be engrossed in its transient nature is to misunderstand its true essence. Life's flow is continuous, but it is inherently unstable, and thus should not be the source of undue attachment or distress. Finally, focus on the rational part of the self, the soul, which is the seat of reason and the essence of our higher nature. This rational soul must remain sovereign, undisturbed by the whims of the corporeal or the ephemeral concerns of life. It should not be enslaved by fleeting desires or fears of the future. Instead, it must exercise control, maintaining its integrity and direction despite external upheavals. By contemplating these aspects, I am reminded of the importance of maintaining a disciplined and detached perspective. I should not let the physical limitations of my body dictate my inner state, nor should I allow the transient nature of life to disturb my peace of mind. My rational soul should remain steadfast, not subject to irrational fears or momentary pleasures, but guided by reason and virtue. Thus, let my daily practice be one of mindful detachment from the superficial concerns of the physical and the fleeting aspects of life. Instead, I shall nurture the rational soul, keeping it aligned with true principles of wisdom and virtue. By doing so, I preserve my inner tranquility and continue to live in accordance with nature's grand design. 17. When contemplating the divine and the nature of the cosmos, it is crucial to understand that all occurrences and events in the world are under the profound influence of the gods and their omnipotent providence. Every circumstance, be it grand or mundane, aligns with a grander scheme that transcends our limited perception. The divine has orchestrated the universe in such a manner that nothing occurs entirely by chance or randomness. Rather, everything is woven into the intricate tapestry of existence by a higher, rational order. The common understanding of fortune, often seen as random and capricious, is in reality a manifestation of the underlying principles of nature. Even what we regard as fortuitous or coincidental must be perceived as part of a larger, coherent framework that the divine has established. This perspective requires us to acknowledge that all events, whether deemed favorable or adverse, flow from the same source of universal governance and contribute to the harmonious operation of the cosmos. Thus, every element of existence, from the grand cosmic cycles to the smallest personal interactions, is interconnected and essential to the whole. The notion of necessity pervades all aspects of reality. Every action and occurrence serves a purpose within the overarching design. As a part of this vast system, each individual event or experience is both necessary and beneficial for the whole, even if its purpose is not immediately apparent to us. In light of this understanding, let these reflections guide your thoughts and actions. Recognize that your existence and experiences are integral to the greater whole, and that the divine order presides over all things with a wisdom that transcends human comprehension. Embrace this knowledge with a spirit of acceptance and gratitude, and let it shape your approach to life's challenges and opportunities. This awareness should foster a deep sense of contentment, allowing you to navigate the vicissitudes of life with equanimity and an unwavering commitment to virtue. In your pursuit of understanding and wisdom, let go of trivial desires and fears. Instead, align yourself with the rational order of the cosmos, recognizing that true fulfillment comes from living in harmony with this divine structure. By doing so, you not only contribute to the greater good but also attain a profound inner peace that reflects the harmony of the universe itself. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Your engagement with these reflections helps bring ancient Stoic principles into our modern lives. If you found this content insightful and beneficial, please consider subscribing to our channel, Marcus Aurelius Antoninus. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with more videos on Stoicism and philosophy that can inspire and guide you in your personal growth. Remember, the pursuit of wisdom and self-improvement is a continuous journey, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Subscribe now and be part of our community dedicated to living a life of virtue and tranquility. See you in the next video.